I welcome you back to the online classes. Yesterday we have started our chapter Direct and Indirect Speech. So, let's have a small recall what we have learnt yesterday. We have learnt was direct speech. Direct speech. The exact words said by the speaker or used by the speaker is said to be direct speech. Exact words used by speaker comes under direct speech. Ragini said, I am going to Lucknow tomorrow. The exact words of Ragini is, I am going to Lucknow tomorrow. So this is your direct speech. We have learned 3 rules. Indirect speech, the words said by the speaker comes under the inverted comma. The words of the speaker come under the within or inside inverted comma. First letter or the first word of reported speech. First word of reported speech will be capital. Will be capital letter. First word of the reported speech. First word of the reported speech will be in capital letter. Then after reporting verb there will be comma. After reported verb or speaking verb there will be comma. These 3 things we have learned in our previous video. Now today we will learn about the rules of indirect speech. Now, indirect speech. Rahul said that he was not well that day. This is an indirect speech. Here there is third person involved. In indirect speech, third person is involved. The speaker is not directly saying something. The third person is telling in behalf of him or her. Rules of indirect speech. Number 1. Reported speech are not placed within inverted comma. There is no inverted comma in this sentence. In indirect speech, we use inverted commas for denoting reported speech. But in indirect speech, there is no inverted commas. Inverted commas are not placed. No comma is placed after reporting verb. This is your reporting verb, but no comma is placed there. Tense of the word of the speaker usually change. Tenses usually change. Present become past. Okay, you have to learn these things. We will learn these small things, and we will learn the changes in verb while changing the direct speech to indirect speech. How the verb changes. We will learn this. The first, if reported verb is in present tense or future tense, there is no change in reported speech. If the reported verb in this sentence, D means direct and IND means indirect. In this sentence, reported verb is says. It is in present tense. Then there is no change in reported speech. There will be no change in reported speech. After says, to remove inverted commas, to remove this inverted comma, you will add that. You will remove inverted comma and add that after says. Indirect speech. Tom's direct speech. Tom says, inverted comma, there is no ink in the ink pot. Full stop, inverted comma, closed. This is your direct speech. When you will convert the direct speech into indirect, you will use, instead of inverted comma, you will place that, THAT. How we will convert this? Tom says, we will remove comma, inverted comma and put that there is no ink in the ink pot and full stop. No inverted comma, no comma. And because our reported verb or speaking verb is in the present tense, that's why there is no change in the reported speech. You have to remember this. Now changes in verb. The second way in which if the reported verb is in the past tense, reported verb is in the past tense, the verb in the reported speech will change into past tense. The verb will also change into the past tense. For example, the teacher said. Said is written in the past tense. That is reported verb is written in the past tense. Then the reported speech. The verb in the reported speech will also change into the past tense. Like, for example, the teacher said, you are very naughty. Reported verb is said and you are very naughty is your reported speech. Now, to change the sentence into indirect speech, the teacher said that to remove comma, inverted comma, we write that after removing. That you will change into I. You will change into I. R will change into was very naughty. The sentence will change. The teacher said that I was very naughty. Now let's take one more example of changes in verb. If reported is verb in the past tense, then the reported speech will also change in past tense. Reported verb said, it is in past tense. Then the reporting speech will also change in the past tense. How? When we change this sentence to the indirect speech. How it changes to past tense. See, direct speech. Tom said, Tom swims daily. This is your direct speech. When we will change it to the indirect speech, we will say, Tom said that Tom swam daily. Swims will change into swam. Okay? You have to learn these small rules, students. Now, in the third case, if said to, say to, will say to is used in reporting verb. In reporting verb, these three are there. Then, said to will change. Said to will change to told. Say to will change to tell, and will say will change to will tell. Okay. Said to will change to told, say to will change to tell, and will say will change to will tell. Let us take one example. Now look at this sentence. Anil said to Ashok. Here we are using said to. So it will become Anil. Anil told Ashok. Then that. You will change to he was a good boy. The verb will, as this is in past tense, then the verb will also change to past tense. Okay? So you have to learn these small rules to grasp reported speech, direct or indirect. Okay? Now there are some other changes which we are going to learn right now. These are direct speech words when we will convert these words to indirect speech, they will convert like this. I will convert into I, he or she. We will convert into they, because third person is involved in the indirect speech. So third person will be speaking for you. That's why he will use he or she. We will convert into they. You will convert into he or she. This will convert for indirect speech to that. These will convert into those. Yesterday will convert into the previous day. Today, that day. Tomorrow, the next day. Ago, before. Here, there. You have to learn these small rules to understand direct, indirect properly. Okay, there is one more thing to remember, kids, while changing direct speech into indirect speech is that there will be no change in the reported speech if the reported speech is universal truth. Like he said, the earth moves round the sun. If this is a sentence which is universal truth, then there will be no change in the reported speech. We will say he said that. For comma, inverted comma, here we will remove inverted commas and put here that, and after this the same sentence, because it's a universal truth. So we will not change it there. So let's have a small recall. What we have learned today? We have learned in this chapter direct and indirect speech. Direct speech are the speech are the exact words of the speaker. Yes, it always come in the inverted comma. After reporting verb or speaking verb, there will be a comma, and reported speech always start with a capital letter. Okay, and indirect speech, in indirect speech, the persons in an indirect speech, the person exact words are not stated. Rather, the third person tells you the thing what that person said. Okay, when the verb is in the present tense or future tense, there will be no change in the reported speech. When the reporting verb is in past tense, the reported speech will also change to past tense. There will be no change when the reported speech is in the universal truth. We will change said to told. Okay? Say to will be changed into tell, and will say will change into will tell. So these are the small rules which we have to remember, kids. Okay? Now I am just compiling my chapter over here. You have to revise it, and having any cause of doubt you can contact me. Stay safe, stay healthy.